This is our vision, to prayerfully invite each other towards Jesus with our beliefs, attitudes, and actions. We call this discipleship, right? This is what the scriptures call discipleship, that these legs, these sturdy things built on the foundation of Christ, the head, heart, and hands discipleship, allow us to have a good, nice, flat surface for us to be able to grow a church, to allow Jesus to grow his church on. And so it begins to give us this place. And then from that place, then we're allowed to go on mission. Who remembers our mission? Are they going to cheat and give it to you? It's what? 720. The 720. The 720 is our mission. Go ahead and put it up. Leading the 720 towards Jesus. What's the 720 for people who are new or visiting? 7 churches in 20 years where? In the 720. Knox County is the 720. There are 720 square miles in Knox County. And God said, go get them. Right? And so that's what we're going to do as a body. And so this is what we do. We, on the foundation of Jesus, built on the values that he's instilled on us, trying to make disciples, on the process of making disciples. And then this is what happens. Come here, Dale. Those of you that have been here already and understand the foundation, understand the values, understand discipleship, and have walked through the process, go walk through the process of discipleship. We get to stand. Yep, right up there. Go ahead.
My big old fat belly.
We get to stand on the vision that God has given us so that we can see beyond where we are. So that we can see the mission that God's called us to. Because the reality is that right now, on the ground, our vision is too small to be able to see what God has for us. And so we have to stand on something bigger. We have to elevate our vision so that we can see where God is taking us. But it's more than that. Come here, Jonah. But this is what happens. When people come in, right? You're not new, but I'm going to treat you like you're new today, okay? When people come in, have a seat. There's a seat at the table. When you come in, no matter how you come in, no matter where you come in, no matter what your background is, your history, no matter what your last 20 years, if they were faithful service to God in some church, or you spend the last 20 years in prison, there is a place for you at the table here. You don't see what Dale sees right now, but there's a place for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep speaking out the vision. We're headed to the 720. We're going to reach each and every one of them. And as they come in and they find a seat at the table, what happens is they'll begin to, one step at a time, come on, one step at a time, we're going to say, listen, I want you to see what God has for you in your head, that God has good and right things for you to know and believe and think about yourself and think about Him. And then more than that, He's also called you to allow those things to transform you from the inside out, to affect your heart for His glory and for your benefit. And then more than that, He's called you to do something for Him with your hands. God is growing you in discipleship each and every time. Come on up here. Until eventually, you're going to get to the place, go ahead. You're going to get to the place where you're standing up there with Dale and you can see the vision and you're fully on board with what's happening. This is what we're doing. This is why we're a church, because there is room at the table. And they'll scoot over a little more if I ask them, wouldn't you? And if we got to expand the table, we're going to expand the table, because there is room for each and every one of you to climb the steps of discipleship and get to the place where you can see how God has wired us, how God has built us, and what He's calling us to do and to be. And when you get here, or when you get to the place where you're on the journey, you know what we call you here? We call you our partners. A lot of churches have members. We don't have members because I don't care how much you give. You didn't buy your way in. We have partners, and our partners understand the mission And whether they're just getting started with it or they're fully involved and invested in moving forward, we call you partners because you don't get to just sit in the pew. God is calling us as a team to be on mission for Him.